When we think of Leonardo DiCaprio, many of us see a young man standing at the front of a ship, arms wide open, shouting, "I'm the king of the world." That moment in Titanic is famous all around the world. But Leonardo's real life is much bigger than that one movie. His story is about more than just acting. It is about passion, struggle, and the courage to care, not only about success, but also about the planet we live on. Leonardo was born in Los Angeles, California, in 1974. He didn't grow up in luxury. His parents were artists who loved books and culture, but they were not rich. When he was just a baby, his parents divorced. He lived mostly with his mother, in a tough neighborhood. There were gangs, crime, and poverty. It was not the Hollywood life many people imagine. But young Leo had something special, big dreams. He wanted to act. Not because of fame or money, but because he loved telling stories. He was full of energy, always pretending to be different people, making voices, creating little plays at home. At 5 years old, he started appearing in commercials. He didn't get roles easily. He was rejected many times. Some people even told him to change his name to sound more American. But he didn't give up. He believed in himself, and his mother believed in him too. As a teenager, Leonardo got his first big roles in TV shows and small films. He was not afraid to take difficult parts. A poor boy with mental illness in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, a teenager addicted to drugs in The Basketball Diaries. These roles were dark and serious, but he played them with honesty and heart. People began to see this was not just a pretty face. This was real talent. Then came Titanic in 1997. The movie became one of the biggest films in history. Leonardo became a global star overnight. His face was on posters, magazines, and news all over the world. Millions of people fell in love with him. He had fame, money, and power, but inside, he stayed true to who he was. Because while the world was busy watching him on screen, Leonardo was starting to see something else. The danger facing our planet. Forests were burning. Oceans were rising. Animals were disappearing, and most people were silent. But he couldn't stay silent anymore. That was when the boy from Titanic began a new chapter, not just as an actor, but as a voice for the earth. After Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio was one of the most famous people in the world. He was young, handsome, and rich. Many actors would enjoy the fame and take easy roles in big movies. But Leonardo wanted something more. He didn't want to be just another Hollywood star. He wanted to grow. He wanted to become a real artist. So, he started to choose difficult roles. He worked with great directors like Martin Scorsese, who helped him find deeper characters. In The Aviator, he played Howard Hughes, a rich man with a brilliant mind, but also a deep fear of germs. In Blood Diamond, he played a man in Africa who learns about the pain behind the diamond business. And in The Revenant, he fought cold, snow, and wild animals to show the story of survival. Leonardo didn't just act with his face, he acted with his body, his voice, and his heart. He spent months in the jungle, in the mountains, and in dangerous places to understand his characters. He wanted the audience to feel the story, not just watch it. But it wasn't just about the movies. Leonardo began to use his fame to speak about bigger things. While filming around the world, he saw the effects of climate change with his own eyes. Melting ice, dead animals, dirty oceans. He started to learn more. He read books, spoke to scientists, and met with leaders. He saw that time was running out. In 1998, he created the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. This group gives money to protect animals, forests, oceans, and clean energy. It has helped more than 200 projects in over 50 countries. Leonardo also made documentaries to teach people about the Earth. One of them, Before the Flood, shows how climate change is affecting everyone, rich and poor, north and south. While other celebrities talked about clothes, parties, and awards, Leonardo stood on world stages and talked about the planet. He went to the United Nations. He spoke to presidents. He asked people to open their eyes and change before it's too late. Some people made fun of him. They said, "You are just an actor. Why should we listen to you?" But he didn't stop. Because for Leonardo, success is not only about how many awards you win, it's also about how you use your voice. And he was using his to try to save our future. For many years, Leonardo DiCaprio worked harder than most people could imagine. He chose movies that were difficult. He played men who were broken, angry, lost, or scared. He didn't choose easy stories. He chose the ones that made people think and feel. But no matter how good he was, the Oscars, the biggest award in movies, always slipped away. He was nominated many times for The Aviator, Blood Diamond, The Wolf of Wall Street, and more, but every time someone else won. People began to say, "Will Leonardo ever get an Oscar?" On the internet, fans made jokes and memes about it. Even other actors said he deserved to win. But Leonardo stayed quiet. He smiled. He kept working. He believed that if you stay true to your work, the reward will come. And finally, it did. In 2016, he starred in The Revenant. The movie was about pain, loss, and survival. He played Hugh Glass, a man left to die in the snow, who crawled through ice and danger to stay alive. It was one of the hardest roles of his life. He filmed in freezing weather, slept in animal skins, and ate raw meat. He wanted the audience to feel the cold, to feel the hunger. This was not acting for fame. This was acting for truth. When Oscar night came, the world watched. Everyone was hoping. And the Oscar goes to Leonardo DiCaprio. The crowd jumped to their feet. It was a moment of victory, not just for Leonardo, but for everyone who believed in hard work, patience, and passion. He walked to the stage, smiling, but not proud, calm and ready. He thanked his team. He thanked his friends and family. But then, he did something powerful. He looked into the camera and said, "Climate change is real. It is happening right now. It is the most urgent threat facing our entire species. We need to work together and stop procrastinating." The room went silent. The world listened. In a night made for celebrating movies, Leonardo turned the light toward the planet. He reminded everyone that while art is beautiful, life on Earth is precious and in danger. He used his one big moment not to talk about himself, but to speak for animals, for oceans, for forests, for children, and for the future. That night, Leonardo DiCaprio became more than an actor. He became a leader. Leonardo DiCaprio's story is not just about movies. It is about growth, about learning, about never giving up, even when the world doesn't see your full value. From a young boy in Los Angeles who dreamed of being on TV to one of the most respected actors in the world, his life shows us something powerful, that real success takes time and meaning. He worked hard for many years. He acted with his full heart, and he waited. He waited through disappointment. He waited through jokes and questions. But he never let the waiting make him bitter. Instead, It made him better, stronger, deeper. When Leonardo finally held the Oscar in his hands, it wasn't just a golden statue. It was a symbol of his journey, his choices, his silence in failure, and his loud voice in victory. But what he did next is what truly matters. He looked at the camera, and he spoke about the earth. He could have said many things. He could have thanked more people. He could have celebrated himself. But instead, he used that special moment to remind us that our planet is in danger, that ice is melting, that animals are disappearing, that time is running out, and that, if we do not act now, it will be too late. He said, "Let us not take this planet for granted. I do not take tonight for granted." These words are simple, but they carry great weight. Today, Leonardo continues to use his voice. He supports clean energy, speaks to world leaders, funds environmental projects, and tells young people everywhere, "You matter. Your actions matter, and your future is worth protecting." So what can we learn from Leonardo? We learn that talent is powerful, but heart is stronger. We learn that waiting is not failure, it is training. And we learn that when your moment comes, you must use it not just to shine, but to lift others up, to protect what matters, and to make the world a little better. Leonardo DiCaprio is more than an actor. He's a teacher, a fighter, a voice, a light. And maybe, one day, you can be too. I have 3 special questions for you. 1. What inspires you most about Leonardo DiCaprio's journey? 2. If you could speak to millions of people like him, what cause would you support? 3. Do you think fame should come with responsibility? Why or why not?
If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me make more stories for you.